We are live. We are live. We're going to get right into it. Actually, let me see something here. I said I was going to use my microphone today, but I have my phone plugged in, so I'm not going to use my microphone today. Let me see here. I was looking to see if there was a way for me to, I'm going to have to probably just do it on my computer manually, so we can make sure that we have our link there for anybody that wants to jump on my flash reading list tonight. Oh my god, hi, welcome in. I'm so excited that we're live for Free Tarot Hour. So this is the second day that we're live over here on YouTube, and we're going to stay on YouTube for our Free Tarot Hour lives. I'll probably hop on to some of the other platforms for like little surprise lives here and there, but the daily Free Tarot Hour is going to be here on YouTube, so I'm really stoked about that. I am going to go ahead and send out on all of our platforms and our groups that we're live here for people that want to join us. Hi, aloha, welcome in, welcome in. I'm actually so excited to be here right now. Okay, let me go ahead and mute this. I am going to put this over here. Let me go ahead and share this. We're going to start over on the Facebook group. Also, too, the nice thing is about these is that you can watch the replay now. Okay, so if you missed yesterday's live and you wanted to see what was going on with the love messages yesterday or the general messages, you can go back and rewatch it. If you miss it, they're going to be up on my channel here forever. So it also helps the channel with getting the watch hours that I need. It was almost kind of like a little bit of a celebration because yesterday we did hit 1,000 subscribers here on this channel, so it's so exciting. All right, so here we go. Free Tarot Hour live now. Join us here. And then I will get the link for this amazing live. Share. I know, I'm so excited to be here. And it's okay if you missed yesterday because, like I said, you can go back and rewatch it. A lot of the messages that we do during these lives, it really kind of comes in anywhere between like 24 hours to like a week or two. So you never know. If you're feeling called to watch an older Free Tarot Hour, there might be some messages there that you needed to hear. Okay, let me go ahead and do this. Copy. We're gonna post it here. I don't know, so I'm not on our TikTok anymore, and I don't know if any of you were in that group chat on TikTok. Aloha Zoe. I think you were in that. There's like a Magic Siren fan club group chat on TikTok. Anyone that's still on TikTok, if you want to share this into that group chat, go for it. But I'm not using the TikTok anymore. I have a new page, but I'm posting over there, but I'm not doing anything over there really. Okay, so I posted this here. Let me go ahead and put it in our community on Facebook as well. Everyone. All right, and then I'll also share it in the Patreon. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that so many of you are here. You can watch on your TV now. Yes, I made it to the big screens, y'all. I made it to the big screen. How fun. All right, here we go. Let me go ahead and put this here as well. Perfect. Okay, so today I have in the background, starting out the live, we are listening to the Aphrodite, Divine Feminine Magnetism and Desire. Okay, so for those of you that haven't checked out the other things that I have going on the channel right now, I've been posting every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, like an hour. It's like 1 hour, 11 minutes, 11 seconds video, and it's some sort of like audio for either meditation, rituals, when you're getting ready to relax, whatever. So the one that we're listening to right now is the Aphrodite, Divine Feminine Magnetism and Desire. Tomorrow I will be posting the Spiritual Baddies one, and I'm really excited about that. Hi, Lori. I'm so excited that so many of you are here right now. So, okay, we're gonna go ahead and kind of get started. I'm gonna take I gotta grab all these decks. I cleansed all the decks earlier and then I put them all in this little container. Actually, what I was gonna do as well, while we're getting some people in here, okay, we can do a vote on here, which is fantastic, and it's not necessarily timed. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna say votes here. And we're either gonna start with love or general today. Okay, done. Let me move this up here. Can I make this smaller? Yes, I can. I'm gonna put this over here. Okay, start. Can I make this even a little bit smaller? I'll put it right there. Then you guys gotta tell me if that's too small. Is that too small? Can you read that? Lori, I missed all of you too. I'm glad that we're here now. We're here. We're going live every day here on YouTube. And if you ever miss it, you can rewatch it, Lori, which I love. And then, oh, it's not even on the screen. It shows up in the chat. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. And then I need to also do... And actually, I'm just going to do this. So I'm going to copy this so I can send our link in the chat randomly. All right, I'm putting it in the chat. The energy is so much better here. So much better on YouTube. So much better on YouTube. And I'm just glad that we're here. Truly, I'm glad that we're here. And honestly, this is such a nice space because I have been working on so much more content over here on YouTube that it's going to be nice for me to be able to tell y'all, like, just check out the channel. Like, I'm posting this today, or I posted this yesterday, or whatever, right? Like, tomorrow is going to be the spiritual baddie stuff. This upcoming weekend, which I have to plan if I'm going to post it on the weekend or if I'm going to maybe do it on Thursday and Saturday because Sunday is the first of the month. But I'm doing the Zodiac monthly forecast, so I'll be posting that here as well. So really exciting. And let me see here. Is there a way for me to... Do you guys see the link that I posted in here that says themagicsiren.com? Do you guys see that in the comments while you guys are voting? Yes, Bianca, I'm getting back on it. We're going to do monthly and weekly. I'm getting back into the schedule of monthly and weekly. I have to figure out how I'm going to do like the actual posting schedule, but I will be letting everybody know. Okay, you can't see the link. Let me go ahead and see if I can do this. Hold on. I'm like chugging Gatorade today. New window. For those of you that are watching the replay, feel free to skip forward a little bit. Aloha, welcome in, Leah. Don't see a link, no link. Okay, I'm going to try this instead. I realized yesterday, is it possible to get a free read? Yes, we're doing all free readings during this live, so hang out. You'll definitely get some messages. A lot of the people that you see in here have been part of our community for a while, and they'll let you know that you will get messages while you're here. So hang out, subscribe. I hope to see you around. I go live every day. Okay, let me go ahead and click in here really fast. Yesterday when I was telling people about, my hair looks so good, thanks. Yes, I do collective readings, but we're also going to do a couple mini reads as well. So you'll definitely get some readings. And I'll also explain, actually I'll explain while I'm doing this right now. Because we are in, really quick, can you guys see this link? Yes, you can. Let me see if I can pin this. I pinned it. Look at, I don't know what just happened, you guys. I don't know what just happened. Okay, the app just crashed as soon as I pinned the comment. my phone app crashed. So it's okay. It's okay. We're back. Slight technical issue. Hopefully everybody that was here is still here and able to see what's going on. Lori, you're fine. I just started going live every day here on YouTube yesterday. So today's only the second day. So I know, I was like, what the hell just happened? The app crashed, but it's okay. Okay, so I am learning how to use YouTube Live, okay? I'm still learning how to use this platform, so please be patient with me. Yesterday I was trying to tell people how to get to my website because I am going to be sending out the Taroscope Tuesday email after this live today. So if you would like to be part of the Taroscope Tuesday emails, every Tuesday I send out a free email. And in that email, I shuffle and I pull a card for every zodiac sign. I give you guys the little updates of what's going on in the community. I give all the fun details and stuff, and it's free. And I wanted to make sure that I got on this live to let everybody know that I'm sending it out tonight. And to kind of piggyback off of that, if you want to add your email, I pinned the comment. So the pinned comment is themagicsiren.com. You can copy and paste that in a browser or whatever. But also, what happened to our poll? Is the poll still here? Okay. But also, what I wanted to do was, while we're voting and we're getting ready to start, I wanted to pull our Taroscope Tuesday cards for every zodiac sign. What do you guys think about that? So what I'm going to do is we're going to go down the list. I'm going to pull the cards for Taroscope Tuesday, and I'm going to give a small little, like, mini check-in, I guess, for every zodiac sign. Okay? How do we feel about it? Yes? Bianca says yes. So let's go ahead and do that. And if you're not on the email list, this gives you time to get on the list. All right? With everything that's going on, it's nice to also have all of you on the email list so I can give updates, right? I know some people were like, I didn't even know you were coming to YouTube, and like I didn't know you weren't going live over on TikTok anymore and all that. So it's nice if you guys are on the list. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get started with shuffling for our weekly forecast for every zodiac sign. So we're going to start with Aquarius because it is Aquarius season, all right? So we're going to go ahead and shuffle for Aquarius. This is going to be for this upcoming week, the 27th through the 2nd, Groundhog Day. 27th through the 2nd. Let's go ahead and get into it. This is going to be for Aquarius. That came right out. Oh, the devil. Breaking cycles, but also being able to recognize toxicity in our own life, okay? This is that card of, like, we don't need to be chained to toxicity. The thing about the devil card, and I'm going to try and kind of cover up the bodies here because I don't want to break any community guidelines. But this chain that is chaining them to this energy of the devil, it's very loosely put around their neck, which means that there's actually an opportunity here for us to be able to walk away from whatever this toxicity is. This could be a relationship, this could be a job, this could be a way of thinking, this could really be anything. A lot of the times when we see the devil energy or the devil card, we immediately go like, oh my gosh, it's horrible. But I don't necessarily think this is something that's horrible. This is something along the lines of saying, like, Aquarius, over this next week, there might be some things that come to the surface, or there might be some things that you start to see the reality of that you're noticing is not healthy for your life. Maybe there are people in your life that are draining your energy. Maybe there are environments that you spend your time in that are not healthy for you. Maybe there are some habits that you have that it's time to really kick and get rid of. This is going to be the week to really recognize them because they're going to be prevalent in a sense of they're going to show themselves. Let me see what else can I say about the devil for this week, especially with it being Aquarius season. Let me go ahead and actually what we're gonna do for these is I'll give a little bottom of the deck. So if you guys show up every Tuesday, I'll start doing this. And I'll give you the card that's gonna be in the Taroscope Tuesday email, and then I'll also give like an extra little tidbit that won't be in the email. So you have the moon in reversal. And the moon in the upright says that we're shining light on things that are happening behind the scenes. I think this is already happening, and that's probably why we're seeing this devil card. For some of you, it's like there are some secrets that are coming to the surface, and maybe that's the toxicity, right? Maybe that's the manipulative energy or the gaslighting energy that we're being asked to recognize this week. Recognize it, allow yourself to break away from it, literally take the chain off and say, I'm done with this cycle. I think there was a lot of messages yesterday talking about ending cycles, breaking cycles, that sort of vibe. And so for Aquarius, if you have Aquarius in your chart, sun, moon, rising, or even Venus, if this has to do with like romantic relationships, now is definitely the time to break those chains. Recognize when toxicity is there and allow yourself to walk away from that stuff. You know, if somebody has shown their true colors, believe them. I say that a lot. Okay. Sorry, I got distracted here. Let's continue on down the list with Gemini. This is going to be Gemini for this upcoming week, the 27th through the 2nd. Wow, the moon card came out in reversal for Gemini. So for some of you Aquarius, you might be dealing with a Gemini. I'm just throwing that out there. And for some of you Gemini, you might be dealing with an Aquarius. I'm just going to throw that out there as well. We have the moon in reversal. Like I just mentioned, the moon in the upright, and you guys are going to see me looking over to the side because I am adding this to our email, okay? I will be writing out these messages for the Taroscope Tuesday email as soon as I get off the live, and I will be sending it to you guys to make sure you keep your eye out. But look, the moon in the upright position, again, represents the light being really kind of revealing what's going on behind the scenes. Things from the bottom are coming to the surface. There are secrets that are being told. And when you see the moon in its reversal, it represents something that has already happened, or there might be a challenge or an obstacle that is preventing this from showing in its upright position. When I see the moon in its reversal, for me with Gemini this week, it feels like there's a challenge or an obstacle. We're not seeing things that are happening behind the scenes. This could be preventing you from being able to move forward successfully. This might be preventing you from being able to see the reality of a person, a situation. Bottom of the deck, extra, YouTube exclusive, 5 of Wands in reversal. Stop fighting for things that are not working. Stop fighting for things that are not working, Gemini. This week, it's all about releasing to the ebb and flow, and when something starts to show its true colors, believe it. The moon in reversal can also represent a lack of believing and leaning into your intuition, because the moon does represent your intuition as well. So just make sure that we're listening to our intuition this week, okay? Especially if you have Gemini in your chart, or if you're dealing with a Gemini, okay? Because I know we probably have some cross watchers as well. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next sign, which is going to be Libra. This is going to be Libra for this upcoming week, the 27th through the 2nd. I can't believe we're already going into February. Let's go ahead and see what's going on for Libra. We had 2 cards. I'm only taking the top card, but for the YouTube exclusive, we will take the second card, okay? So the card that's going to be in the email is the Fool in reversal. Hey, look. Libra, any Libras that are in here, or if you're watching the replay, don't be afraid to take a leap of faith. I think a lot of the times when I see the Fool in its reversal position, it's always that sort of like, this person needs to take the jump. Let's not even second guess it. Let's not second guess it. Sometimes what ends up happening is when we see the Fool in its reversal, it's like, I want to take a leap of faith. I want a new beginning in my life. I want to be able to trust that whatever I'm going to encounter is going to be good. But I'm nervous, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it, and I don't know what I'm going to encounter on this new path or this new journey. But if you take the leap of faith and you allow yourself to jump into this new beginning, into this new chapter, into this new journey, you're actually going to find new opportunities for emotional fulfillment. The Ace of Cups in the upright is saying that there's a new chance for happiness. There is a new chance for fulfillment. There's something that's going to come into your life that ultimately is going to make you happy emotionally. And we get that emotional fulfillment from many different things in our life, not just romantic relationships. So when I see the Ace of Cups in its reversal, it's like, let's not block our blessings in terms of happiness and emotional fulfillment because we're nervous to take a jump into a new chapter. Yes, starting something new is always scary because we don't know what we're going to encounter. We don't know how it's going to go. We don't know anything about it. But I promise you, Libra, if you take this leap or if you start this new chapter, this new journey, you're going to find a lot of emotional fulfillment, okay? So I like that for Libras. And again, this could be if you have Libra anywhere in your chart, sun, moon, rising, Venus in terms of love. We will be doing our collective messages in just a few minutes. If you're just hopping in, we are pulling our cards for the week for each zodiac sign. These are going to be in the Taroscope Tuesday email that I will be sending out after the live. So if you're not on my email list, make sure you jump on my email list. Every Tuesday, I pull cards for each zodiac sign. I write out an email. It's a lot of fun. Everything I'm saying here is just a YouTube exclusive. All right? Anyway, let's go ahead and get into Scorpios. This is going to be for Scorpio for this upcoming week, the 27th through the 2nd. The 27th through the 2nd. And if you're watching, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate every single person so much for coming through on these lives. It does help me a lot on this channel, but it's just nice to be able to connect with you all live over here. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so we did have 2 cards. Scorpio, your energy for the week that's going to be in the email is going to be the Emperor, but we're going to take this bonus YouTube exclusive as well. Let me go ahead and put it over on my little Word document, and then we're going to talk about it. The Emperor. All right, so Emperor is all about leadership, authority, taking charge. I think this week for a lot of you Scorpio, it's going to be how can we actually embrace and embody the fiery energy that could be within us. The thing about Scorpio is that Scorpio is a water sign, so you guys have water in your chart, but Scorpio, in my opinion, is like the fieriest water sign, if that makes sense. You have the ability to hop into this Emperor energy and use this Emperor energy to your best benefit. The Emperor says, like, okay, I am going to be in control. I'm going to be the leader of my own life. I'm going to take charge of the situation here. And I think more than likely for a lot of you, this is going to have to do with work. The Eight of Pentacles does represent work. It's almost kind of like, I know if I work really hard, I'm going to gain the fruits of my labor. I know that if I show up and I do my job every day, I'm going to end up getting that repayment per se. So this energy of saying take charge of the situation, be the leader, has to do with your career, your businesses, and your finances. All right, so that's going to be highlighted for you this week, Scorpio. I think for some of you too, this energy is essentially saying if there is a job or a side hustle or a project that maybe you want to start that you think might be profitable in the future, now's a really good time to start that and just put in the hard work. It's going to end up paying off at the end of the day. I like that for the Scorpios. Okay, let's continue down the list. We are going in for Pisces this week, the 27th through the 2nd. Go ahead and drop your zodiac sign in the comments. I want to know everybody's zodiac sign. Go ahead and put your big 3, your sun, your moon, and your rising. If you feel extra spicy, let us know your maybe your Mercury and your Venus too. All right, share whatever you want to share. Okay, Pisces, the world, ending chapters. And ending chapters in a very victorious way. I love that. We have the bottom of the deck YouTube exclusive bonus, 3 of Swords. So there is some emotional difficulty when it comes to ending this chapter and ending this part of your journey. The thing about the 3 of Swords, a lot of the times we connect this immediately with like romantic relationships. And it's not necessarily just romantic relationships. This is just emotionally difficult situations as a whole. My hair distracted me, I'm sorry. This is just emotionally difficult situations as a whole. When we talk about the 3 of Swords, it does feel like heartbreak. It does feel like disappointment. It feels very much like, wow, emotionally that sucked. I will say this though, with the world kind of coming to an end and us completing this chapter, I think this is that sort of little like cosmic green light saying that life is going to get easier now. Things are going to feel less heavy. The emotional turmoil or the emotional difficulty that maybe you dealt with in this chapter, in this journey of your life, it's coming to an end, and it's coming to an end in a way that's going to bring relief. I know that we don't want to see the 3 of Swords, and I like the fact that the 3 of Swords is coming out as the sort of exclusive here instead of for the entire week for Pisces, because I think, again, this world's kind of coming out on its own. It tells me that this completion of this chapter for you is what's for the best. It is going to bring that sort of sigh of relief. it just sucks that there was so much emotional sort of difficulty in this chapter. You might not fully be healed from that yet. You might not fully be in this place where maybe you're ready to let go. Sometimes when I see this on the bottom of the deck with that world kind of coming out like that, for me it feels like maybe we're not ready for this chapter to end, and it's emotionally hard to say goodbye or to close a door or to end a journey. But it's necessary and it's going to happen. And at the end of the day, it's ultimately teaching you some really big lessons and some really big moments. And it's going to shift and change who you are as a person moving forward. So for me, this is probably the most empowering one so far. And that's going to be for the Pisces friends this week. Let me go ahead and actually put it over here because I forgot to. The world. All right. So thank you all for letting me know your zodiac signs in the chat. I love that. I am a Gemini sun, a Gemini moon, and a Sagittarius rising. And then for my little extra spiciness, I am a Gemini Mercury and a Gemini Venus. So I got lots of Gemini placement, and then I got that little fiery hint of Sagittarius there. So I have a good time. Y'all know that I have a good time chit-chatting and making friends there with everybody. Okay, let's go ahead and shuffle for Cancer. I love the Sag rising sprinkle. I know, right, Zoe? That's what I'm saying. Like, the little Sag sprinkle is like it's definitely my favorite. Hey, so glad I caught you live. I really needed it. Life has just felt kind of heavy, complicated the last few days. Amanda, I'm so glad you're here. We are going to be doing our collectives in just a few minutes. We are finishing out shuffling for our Taroscope Tuesday email. So I'm shuffling a little card for every zodiac sign. I will be sending out our Taroscope Tuesday email after the live, all right? So just make sure you check your inbox. And if you're not signed up, which I know you are, Amanda, but anyone that's watching, if you're not signed up for my free email list, go ahead and click or just use the link that's in the pinned comment, themagicsiren.com. You can add your email for free. All right, aloha, welcome in. We have so many of our friends joining, and I'm so glad. Okay. We're going in for Cancer for this week. And then if you missed your sign already, don't freak out. All of these are going to be sent out in the email. And also, too, you can go back and rewatch this because I'm posting these on the YouTube channel now. So there is that. All right, here we go. So this is going to be for Cancer for the week, the 27th through the 2nd. We will also be doing our collective readings in a little bit. You can still get your votes in. So make sure you vote for either love or general tonight. If we're going to start with love or general. And Cancer, we have the Six of Pentacles in reversal. The little YouTube exclusive bonus is the Queen of Wands in the bottom of the deck, and it's reversal. I'm going to go ahead and add this over here before I forget, and then we're going to talk about it. The Six of Pentacles, when it's in the upright position, Six of Pentacles reversed. When this comes out in its upright position, it represents equal give and take. This is very much like I give to you, but you can also give back to me. I'm there for you, you're there for me. I'm loyal to you, you're loyal to me. This is like I have an abundance of some sort of resource. I can help you with that. But in the future, if I need help with some sort of research that you have an abundance of, I'm almost expecting that as well. If things are not of equal give and take, if it's not equal balance, if it doesn't feel like it's being reciprocated, then we need to maybe go to the drawing board. We need to maybe ask ourselves, is this connection, this relationship, this job, this situation, is it dimming our light? Is it dimming our flame? Is it stopping us from being able to move forward in our life? The Queen of Wands is very fiery energy, which is sometimes hard for a Cancer, especially if you are a Cancer sun or moon, to be able to tap into a fire energy, right? So if you do have Cancer in your sun or your moon sign, I can understand why it might be hard for you to embrace and embody this Queen of Wands energy. However, when we see the Queen of Wands in the upright, she is very much confident and action-based. So she moves forward with this confidence, knowing that what she wants, she's going to get it. She's determined to make sure that she goes to this next level in her life, or she levels up. I feel like there is this need for you to maybe figure out a way to tap into that. And more than likely, there's a situation in your life that is draining you of that is dimming your light of the Queen of Wands. Don't be afraid to step into the Queen of Wands energy and say, you know what, these things are not balanced in my life. I either need to make sure that this is going to be equal give and take, or I have to get into my action-based movements and maybe walk away from this. Or maybe put up some new healthy boundaries, okay? This week might be all about boundaries for you as well, Cancer. Let me go ahead and take a little sip of this Gatorade, and then we're going to continue on with the Sagittarius. I started getting Gatorades down at the little corner store here, and now I'm like totally addicted to Gatorade again. But it's just so good. I can't help myself. It started when I was sick last week, and now I'm like every day I'm like craving a little Gatorade, and I'm like, Kenny, can you go give me one? Which sign should we look at when we read the Taroscope? I always say in the actual Taroscope, read your sun, moon, and rising for kind of a complete picture. More than likely, you will be able to tell which one is going to kind of fit where. If you are looking specifically for messages in terms of your relationships, specifically love, I would be reading your Venus sign, okay? If you're looking for messages specifically about your job, I would maybe be reading your Mars sign, okay? I hope that makes sense. Maybe I'll have to make a little chart or a video about that. Okay, I digress. Let's go ahead and shuffle for Sagittarius. This is going to be for Sagittarius, the 27th through the 2nd. Ooh, 10 of Pentacles. Let's get some snaps in the chat for this. Sagittarius is having a great week, especially when it comes to finances. There might be a bonus on the horizon here. Everything that you want in terms of 10 of Pentacles. In terms of your Duke, yeah, you know, right? The 10 of Pentacles, in terms of like what you want in life, especially in this material realm, this is everything that you could want. Is happening. It's starting to flourish. It's growing for you. And I love this, okay? Oh, this is my rising sign. Okay. I totally forgot that this is Sagittarius. One of the things that I need to mention about this 10 of Pentacles is that the 10 of Pentacles is constantly changing. When you achieve something that you want, let's say you're working towards saving $1,000. Okay, my goal is to save $1,000, right? When you get that goal, now it's going to change because you achieved it, because you obtained it, because it happened. It's constantly evolving. It's constantly changing, right? So the thing about the 10 of Pentacles is like this week we are achieving something that we truly want, that we really worked for, that we desire, that we planted seeds for. It's coming to fruition, right? The nice thing here is that it came into fruition in a very honest way, and I love that. You are using honor and integrity to call in your blessings and to build a very solid foundation for yourself. Success, growth, happiness, fulfillment, all of those things are happening through honesty and integrity for you. Continue to hold that, because there might be other people that you are comparing yourself to, and comparison is your enemy, okay? You will be your own worst enemy by comparing yourself to other people. But if you're looking at what other people have, and maybe this, again, I will use myself as an example. Let's say my goal is to save $1,000, and I get my $1,000 this week, okay? And I'm all like, yes, I did it. And then I'm scrolling on social media, and I see another tarot reader that instead of just having 10 people in their life, they have 1,000 people in their life. Now I'm comparing myself to them, right? And it starts to feel a little bit more like deceitful. It starts to feel a little bit more like I'm going to see what I can get away with. It starts to feel a little bit more of that sneakier comparison energy. Don't hold on to that. Continue to hold on to integrity and honesty, and you will end up finding success. You will end up finding success. I feel like that is just such a, this is a very nice, powerful message. I think for all the Sagittarius, and if you have Sagittarius in your chart, just know that the things that you're working for, you're going to achieve. You will get. Don't try and fast track it. Don't compare yourself to others. Don't try and get sneaky with it. Don't lie to get there, okay? Just honesty and integrity is going to get you there, especially this week, okay? Especially this week. Really nice message there. Aries. I know there's a couple of Aries in here. Let's go ahead and get Aries for this week, the 27th through the 2nd. We only have a couple of signs left, so make sure that you get your vote in if we're going to do love or general messages to start off things this evening, all right? Let's go ahead and do the Aries message here for the 27th through the 2nd. And everybody let me know how you're feeling in the comments. 6 of Pentacles in the upright. Love this. So for some of you, Aries, you might be dealing with a Cancer this week, okay? 6 of Pentacles. You might be dealing with a Cancer this week. Cancers, you might be dealing with an Aries this week, okay? But the Six of Pentacles is in the upright for you, and I like that because this means that there is equal give and take. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. Kenny's making his own version. Do you want to show the camera? No? Okay. Kenny's making like a homemade version of P.F. Chang's lettuce wraps because like he's been craving them, but there's not a P.F. Chang's around us. So like he went and got all the ingredients today, and it smells so good in this house right now. And he just came up and showed it to me, and it looks so good. Yes, Zoe, I'm so excited to try them. Okay, anyway, sorry, little side quest there. Seriously, I love those too. They're so good. I know. So I'm excited to try them. I'll take pictures and I'll post them on my stories, okay? So make sure you guys are on my social medias. I think everybody that's watching right now is from like other platforms, but if you recently came across me and you only follow me here on YouTube, make sure you follow me on another platform because I'll post some pictures of the lettuce wraps on my stories. Okay, anyway. Aries, you have the Six of Pentacles in the upright, which I love because this means that the relationships or the energetic exchanges that you have, whether it is relationships with friends, with family, or romantic relationships, maybe this has to do with your job, maybe this has to do with projects, whatever it is, okay? It means that it is equal give and take. It means that there is this sort of reciprocating, okay? It almost kind of feels like maybe this week you do have an abundance of some sort of resource that you could help somebody with as well. The bottom of the deck bonus, okay, this is the bonus for the YouTube exclusive, is the Three of Wands in reversal. I will say this, you have everything that you need, or we come for the reading, stay for the side quest. Amanda, I hope that that's the vibe that's going to be over here as well. Newbies must know that we love Kenny. I love that, Jessica. I got to tell Kenny about that. I'm going to have to tell Kenny that for sure. And this is the most viewers that we've ever had on a YouTube live. So if you're watching, thank you so much for being here. I go live every day. I'm doing some collective readings in a few minutes, so hang out with this small little creator over here. Anyway, so Aries, the thing is that you have everything that you need in order for your relationships, your businesses, your projects to be balanced. You do have all of that right now. The biggest thing for you is going to be figuring out what you want. You have to figure out what you want. The Three of Wands in the upright literally is this energy of like, you know what you want, what are you waiting for? When I see this in reversal, it's like, you don't know what you want, but you have everything you need to make it happen, like to make something happen. So take a moment this week and ask yourself, what do I want? What do I really want? What do I really need? What is it? Right? Figure that out this week. Because all the resources and all the tools, everything you need for it to be balanced, you have it. All right? I like that. I like that a lot. And we're going to go ahead and shuffle for Leo for this week. If you are just joining and you missed your main signs, okay, don't freak out. First of all, you'll be able to rewatch this because I am going to add this to my profile. But this, I'm shuffling for our weekly email right now. Every Tuesday, I send out a Teroscope Tuesday email where I shuffle for each zodiac sign. I'm actually going to write out a completely new message for each one of these. This is just the YouTube exclusive if you're here watching. So if you're not on my email list, go add your email. It is free. You can do it at themagicsiren.com. I pinned a comment with the email address, so you can just copy and paste it right in your browser. And add your email to my list because every Tuesday I do send out that email. Okay, and so this is for that email. We're going to do Leo right now, and then we have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and then we're actually going to go into our collective messages. So go ahead and get your votes in if you want to start with love messages today or general messages. That's when the fun really gets started. If you guys are having fun now, wait until we do our collectives. Okay, here we go. Leo. This is going to be for Leo this week, the 27th through the 2nd. Eight of Wands in reversal. Feels like things are not moving forward this week, but I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. The bonus exclusive here, Five of Swords on the bottom of the deck. I feel like this is necessary, Leo. I feel like the pause, I feel like the energy of almost feeling stagnant is necessary this week. The reason why is because you just finished fighting for something. And it doesn't necessarily mean that like you went to war for anything. It doesn't necessarily mean that you were arguing with anybody. But the Five of Swords does represent kind of being at the end of the line, at the end of a war, at the end of a fight, right? This could have been like you were fighting for a promotion. You were fighting to get things done. You were fighting for something. You were just really pushing forward and you had a lot of things to do. But you completed it, you got there. Whether it ended up good or bad, it doesn't necessarily matter. It just means that we're burned out a little bit. I think a lot of the Leos this week are going to feel that burnout or the effects of the burnout. And there is this sort of like, the universe is pulling on your e-brake and saying, okay, we need to slow down a little bit right now. There is a necessary recharge that needs to happen. We need 5 days of sleep. We need seven gallons of Gatorade. Hydrate yourself, get some sleep, get in the sun if you can, even though I know that it's a massive snowstorm everywhere. Like, this is that energy of we're not making a lot of forward movement this week, but it's necessary to slow down and recharge, because whatever this was, all of this sort of like having to fight to get caught up or fight to get something done, or just it feels like there was a lot going on. We can take a moment to breathe this week. So just take a deep breath, try and recharge your batteries. After this week, things will start moving forward again, okay? Seriously, Zoe, it's so funny because I usually don't drink, which let me go ahead and get this in here for the for Leo, 8 of Wands reverse. I usually don't drink stuff like that. Like I'm usually just like a water and coffee girl. Because like this has a bunch of like not so healthy stuff in it, I mean, to be honest. But at the same time, like right now, it's got me in a chokehold. Who knows? Maybe today will be my last Gatorade for a while. 100% dude, exhausting. Been drinking a ton of blue reds, electrolytes. Yes, it's 17 degrees in New Orleans. Like, what the heck is this? Hell is freezing over. I'm just kidding. All right, let's go ahead and pull for Taurus. What's going on for Taurus this week? The Taurus card flew across the table, so we're going to go ahead and take that. Oh. Taurus, Ace of Pentacles, new beginnings. The fun thing about this, okay? The fun thing about this, Taurus, is that this is a new beginning after a time. This is your YouTube exclusive. This is after a time of feeling like you are so over being offered the same things over and over and over again. This to me, the Four of Cups is like this. I'm literally so tired of waking up and doing the same thing every day. I'm so over it. Every day I get up, I eat breakfast, I have to drive to work, I get to work, I do the same job every day, I sit in the same cubicle every day, I come home, I watch the same TV show every day. You know what I mean? It feels very repetitive, very much this energy of just, we've gotten into this routine and we are over it. And it also feels like for those of you, especially those of you Taurus that have been thinking about relationships as well, it feels like every time you attract a new person into your life, it ends the same way. Every time you start a new job, it's the same thing. Every time you do something that comes into your life, it feels like you've experienced this before. Okay? The nice thing here is that I think this new, fresh opportunity is going to be very different than the last. Okay? This is something that you haven't experienced before. This is something that's actually going to grow into something that's very stable and successful and victorious. This feels very much like this is going to give you the fruits of your labor. Okay? Don't be afraid to take the seed this week that's being offered to you. I'm writing the Ace of Pentacles over here so I don't forget. If I could spell. There we go. This is very much universe is trying to hand you an opportunity. Take that seed, plant it, and believe that it's going to be different. Believe that it's going to end up differently. It's going to grow differently. It's going to serve you differently. It is going to end up bearing fruit to you in a way that you've never experienced before. Okay? I like that. I actually really like that. We aren't used to this cold. Even my dogs don't want to go outside, I bet. I feel blessed because it's so warm here still. I talked to my mom the other day and she's like, yeah, so it's 1 degree. She's like, what's the temperature there? I'm like, it's 81. I feel so blessed. I could not deal with the cold right now. So I'm going to send all of you that are watching a little bit of warm tropical energy and hopefully you get it. Let's go ahead and shuffle for Virgo this week. The 27th through the 2nd for Virgo. We have the Six of Wands in reversal. Interestingly enough, last week Virgo had the Chariot in reversal. Let me go ahead and add this before I forget. Six of Wands in reversal. Last week it was 80. You're right, it goes from 80 to 17. That's crazy. This is very similar to last week's energy, Virgo. Last week was the Chariot in reversal, saying slow down, recalibrate what direction we're heading in, where we're going, what we're doing. We're not moving forward quickly. This feels similar to that. I will say this though. The difference between this and the Chariot being in reversal says that you can start moving forward towards your goals, towards your success, towards your growth, whatever it is that we're kind of trying to move forward to, if you can get confident in it. When the Chariot comes out in reversal, it's like no matter what you do, you're just not going to be able to move forward this week because of some external things, and the universe needs you to slow down and recalibrate. This says you want to still move forward this week. Get confident in where you're going. Get confident in what you want. I like that the Nine of Wands is here because the Nine of Wands says don't give up. Here's what I'm really getting with this combination, Virgo. Look, the Nine of Wands to me, this is our healthy boundaries, right? You guys, you see his face? Look, let me tell you something. The Nine of Wands, you can look at this in multiple different ways. One of the ways that you can look at it is like this. He's standing here, boundaries up, holding to another wand right here just in case. And he is bracing for impact. He's waiting. He is waiting for somebody to come up and try and cross this boundary. He's waiting for somebody to come in or to come around him so he can whack them with this wand, saying, no, these are my boundaries, don't try it. Here's the problem with that. Yes, it's good to have boundaries and it's good to be prepared, but there is a line, everything in balance, right? Because this is what ends up happening. Sometimes when you're sitting in that energy and you're sitting in that position, you don't end up moving forward at all. Exactly, he's like, try me. You don't end up moving forward at all, which means that now we're just standing here bracing for impact. We're not going backwards, we're not going forwards, there's no movement. It's stagnant. Exactly what we were just saying with this. If you want forward movement this week, you got to get confident that your healthy boundaries are going to work, whether you're standing there like, try me or not. All right? Your healthy boundaries will work if you believe in them. If you know that you've taken the time to do a little bit of a look over of what your healthy boundaries look like, what is the red flag, what is the green flag, making sure we're holding those boundaries in practice, right? If you believe in those, you will get some forward movement this week. If you don't believe in those, you will continue to stay there, not making any progress in any direction, because we're just standing there bracing ourselves for impact. And finally, Capricorn. Let's go ahead and shuffle for Capricorn this week. After this, we will start our collective readings, okay? Six of Swords. Some of you are moving or wanting to move. Maybe you want to travel, but this sometimes feels like picking up everything in the middle of the night and starting over, running away, starting a new life. And I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Bottom of the deck. Oh my gosh. I'm going to say I have not done this the entire time. For some of you, there is some sort of relationship, contractual agreement, some sort of something that was together, unexpectedly no longer together, unexpectedly ending, unexpectedly splitting. And again, these can be contractual agreements. So for those of you that have been thinking about maybe moving and just picking up your entire life and starting over, maybe you're thinking about breaking a lease or something like that as well. And you know what? Maybe you should. Okay? I did that when I left the country, and it was the best idea I ever had. All right? I'm just going to say, these two cards together is like there's an unexpected ending to some sort of connection, relationship, agreement, lease, contract. There's some sort of unexpected ending of this. breaking of this. And because of that, we are changing our environments. This also represents going from chaotic waters into calmer waters. Whatever this tower moment might be this week, you're definitely allowing yourself to dismiss it. You're like, I'm not doing that. And it's interesting because today, the post that I'm going to make on all the social platforms is all about transmutation. Taking energy that's happening around you or energy that's being thrown your way and literally transmuting it into something that works for you, something that helps you. Okay, so this is giving that energy as well. Very much like, no, when there's chaos and turmoil and things like that, I'm figuring out how to get out of that energy, and I'm going to go into calmer waters. I'm not going to allow any sort of unexpected bullshit hold me back. I'm just going to go into a new environment. I'm literally going to pick myself up from here and go over here so I don't have to deal with it. It feels very much like I'm swerving it. You know what I mean? I like that. Let me go ahead and actually put this here because I forgot. Now we're going to go into Six of Swords. Okay, we're going to go into our collectives. We're going to go into our collectives now. I'm going to give 1 more minute for people to vote if you're just joining and you did not vote on if you want love messages or general messages. I'm just making sure that I'm not missing any comments on our live here. Okay. I'm going to move my computer down here. I'll turn it up a little so it's a little bit further. I'm giving 30 seconds. Hello, love, guidance, current relationship. Yes, go ahead and vote if you want to start with love messages tonight. Go ahead and get your vote in. I'm going to start shuffling out the energies. We're going to move into our actual free tarot hour now. The things that we just shuffled for is for the Taroscope Tuesday email, okay? I will be sending out that Taroscope Tuesday email after our live. I know it's going to be a little bit late, but you can read it anytime. It doesn't have to be tonight. If you are not on the Taroscope Tuesday email list, it is free to join. Go over to themagicsiren.com. I have it pinned in the comments. Add your email. Every Tuesday, I send out that Taroscope Tuesday. All those cards that I just pulled for each individual zodiac sign, I'm going to be rewriting another message, putting it in that email. I also give community updates, what's going on, where I'm going live, the current promo codes, all that stuff, okay? So make sure that you go and check that out. I'm going to give another 15 seconds to get your votes in. Are we going to start with love messages tonight or general messages? I will say this, my list for flash readings are open tonight, okay? Flash reading list is open tonight. If you want to get a flash reading, go over to that same link, themagicsiren.com. I also will be I will be announcing in the Taroscope Tuesday email. This is another little YouTube exclusive, okay? I will be announcing in the Taroscope Tuesday email tonight, enrollment is officially opening for the long-awaited intuition workshop. We're going to do a 7-day intuition workshop. It's going to be on 2/22, so we're doing it on the 2/22, okay? And I'm really excited about it. I'm not going to go into too much detail here because I want to announce it in the email. Tomorrow during the live here, I will be giving more information. All right, so hang out and we'll figure that out. Thank you again for my amazing flash reading yesterday. You're the good girl. Thank you for always supporting me and trusting me to give you readings, okay? Because it means a lot. All right, here we go. The poll, how do I end this? We're going to do general. We're going to start with general messages. We're starting with general messages, and then we will do love messages after. All right? We will do love messages second tonight. We're starting with general messages. If you've never been here for my collective readings, please let me know in the comments. This is only our second day going live here on YouTube. We will be going live every day here on YouTube, so if you're not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you subscribe. I will be going live every day here for our fun free tarot hour. Every day looks a little bit different on what we do and how we do things, but the actual meat and potatoes of this is always going to look the same. You're always going to vote if you want to do general or love messages first. I'm always going to do these collectives in this style. First of all, hi, aloha, welcome. My name is Alysia Marie. I am the Magic Siren on YouTube as well as all the other platforms. So whatever platform you're on, I'm probably on it. Make sure you go and give me a follow. I post every single day. I'm also on Patreon. We got all kinds of stuff going on, okay? So just hang out. It's a good time. I'm posting all the time. I'm here for you. I'm your favorite spiritual tarotist, okay? All right, with that being said, we are going to do collective messages here. I've been reading tarot since I was a kid. I grew up in a house of readers and practitioners. So this is something that means a lot to me, and it's something that I've been doing my entire life. I'm a real tarot reader. So because of that, I always give a little PSA. Whether you're watching me or anybody else on this platform or any other platform on a live stream like this, and you want to get your personal questions answered, make sure that if you are paying your hard-earned pentacles in life, that your personal readings are being done in private and not on a live, whether it's on this live, on TikTok live, on any live. If you're paying for a reading, make sure it's being done in private. The reason why I'm telling you this is because these are open energetic doors, these live streams, okay? There's multiple people that are watching, there's multiple people that come in here, and it is not going to be guaranteed that just your energy is being absorbed by all these tarot decks, okay? All of these decks are going to absorb all the energies of the people that are watching. So if you're watching, your energies are going into these decks. That's why we do collective readings. If you are here, there are going to be messages for you. I can almost guarantee it, okay? I do offer personal readings, and if you do want to ask specific questions, go to my website, themagicsiren.com, and you can get a personal reading there. There is a new promo code for the month of February. I actually activated it a little bit early. That promo code is going to be LOVE15, LOVE15, no spaces, for 15% off any personal reading, excluding flash readings, okay? But it does include the birth chart readings. We're going to go ahead and get into our first collective. This is going to be general messages, okay? These can be any aspect of your life, your spirituality, your job, your relationships, wherever it fits, take it. If it resonates, take it. If it doesn't, leave it and wait for the next message. I'm going to start shuffling these cards with all of your energies coming in. Make sure you're liking this live, you're sending little hearts, whatever it is over here, and throw your energy into the decks. I'll shuffle, I'll get two of them, all right? I'm going to put one over on this side, I'll put the other over on this side. You might resonate with the one that's on this side, you might resonate with the one that's on this side. You might resonate with both of them, that happens a lot. You might not resonate with either one of them, and I'm not about to be that manipulative reader that tries to make it one size fits all. If it doesn't resonate, it's not for you, and that's okay, because we are going to do love messages next, so maybe you're here for the love messages. If you're watching the replay, feel free to fast forward or go back and rewatch something. Maybe take a little screen recording. Whatever it is that you're feeling called to do, listen to your intuition, all right? We're going to go ahead and get into it. Once we get both sides, I don't know what decks I want to use for this today. We're going to clarify both sides with, why not? Let's just pull these out. We'll clarify both sides with tarot decks, okay? So we're going to get whatever messages that need to come to the surface, they're going to come out. All right, they're going to come out. We're going to get them. Let's go ahead and get right into it, okay? Oh, I forgot to mention our zodiac, okay? At the end of our collective, we like to do a little cherry on top. This is going to be a zodiac of importance. This is just that sort of confirmation. Maybe you're like, Alysia, is that really for me? Or like, girl, when is that supposed to happen? Because it sounds so good. This is that little zodiac of importance. It's that little extra tidbit of saying, like, hey, if you're an Aquarius, don't scroll away. Or if you're an Aquarius, maybe continue watching this replay. If you have something that you like, that you hear, maybe it's going to happen during Aquarius season, which is right now. Okay? But again, this is for everybody that's watching. If you're watching and you're here, these messages are going to be for you. Let's get into it. I didn't even get to ask. Thank you, universe. Creative expression. Your soul longs to express itself creatively. I love this card. I love this card, especially for all of my DIY friends in here, my crafty friends. things that just have to do with the arts in general. But creative expression is a wonderful energy, wonderful card to come out. I always connect that card with the Page of Cups as well. That sort of energy of like, what is your personality now? We did talk about this a little bit yesterday as well. So if you missed yesterday's live, make sure you go back and watch that replay if you're resonating with this. One of the things about this creative expression card and why I link it to the Page of Cups is because the Page of Cups is also about creative expression. And it's not just about creative expression in terms of like painting or drawing or dancing or writing. It's creative expression on like your personality and who you are, how you express yourself as you. And so sometimes there is that need for us to kind of check in with ourselves and ask ourselves like, hey, am I doing the things that I actually resonate with right now? Like, am I wearing the outfits that go with my personality? Like, does my outfit express who I truly am? Or like my current job, does my current job give me that sort of freedom, or is it in alignment with how I truly want to express myself in this world to the other people around me, like to the collective? Okay, we're gonna clarify this in just a minute, but let's continue with the other side. So let's get the general messages for the other side of the collective. I'm going to ask Universe and Spirit. Thank you. We have books. You connect to your life purpose through your involvement with books. This is going to be reading books, writing books, getting inspiration from things that you read or write. This does not have to just be physical books as well. This could literally be just like reading things online. I feel like this book card came out way before the rise of social media. And so sometimes when we think about books, like when we hear this card, it's like, oh, I don't really read like physical books anymore. I'm definitely a Kindle girly and I do read a lot of books. But if you're not reading like actual books, this is also just like, oh, I saw something online that sparked my interest. Let me do a little deep dive into that. Or, oh, I read something in an article that now I want to do a little bit more research on. Definitely doing that. There's going to be some sort of aha moment, maybe in the very near future, where something clicks and you're like, oh, okay, now I know why my universe or my spirit team essentially guided that piece of information or that thing to hook me in, why it happened. It might connect you to your life purpose at this time. Let's go ahead and go over to the creative expression card. All right, we're going to go ahead and clarify. Throughout this live, make sure you are commenting and letting me know how this resonates with you. I think the more comments that we get throughout the live, so if y'all are having little chit-chat conversations, it does help push the live out to some of our other friends to know that we're live. I still don't know how the notifications work here on TikTok, so the more comments that we get and conversations that we're having and all the little likes and the hearts and all of that, I have a feeling it helps. So we'll see how that goes. All right, here we go. Creative expression side, we're going to go ahead and clarify. We're looking for some extra messages here in terms of that creative expression. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this does very much feel like, just tapping back into who you really are and just really kind of giving your authentic self space to express that authentic self. Whether this is making sure that our job is in alignment, whether we have the Hangman coming out, we have the Three of Wands in reversal, whether this is making sure that our job is in alignment, making sure that our relationships are in alignment, making sure that the things that we are essentially projecting out into the collective are truly in alignment with who we are, right? Let's go ahead and clarify. Go ahead and clarify. I need to, there we go. For some reason I wasn't seeing your guys' comments, but now I am. Okay. Let's get into it. So we have the Hangman coming out, and I don't think I've used this deck on any of our lives yet, so I'm actually excited to pull this out. We have the Hangman coming out. For those of you that don't know, and also if you're new here, you're going to see, I'm going to tell you what all these cards mean and why I'm saying what I'm saying. The Hangman represents kind of taking a pause in a moment and gaining a fresh perspective on things. You see how he's hanging upside down? This is literally forcing him to look at things in a different way. It's literally forcing him to look at things in a fresh perspective, in a different perspective. And I think that really does go hand in hand with creative expression. It's giving a moment to tap in with yourself and look at your life in a fresh perspective. Looking at your life in the perspective of who you are now. Because again, we are different people than who we were 6 months ago, a year ago. We were even talking last night about how even our plans and our goals, some of our New Year's goals or resolutions and things like that, they've already changed. since the beginning of the year. We're constantly evolving and changing. And so taking a moment and looking at things from a fresh perspective to kind of figure out what it is that we do want. We talked about this Three of Wands earlier, and it was connected to, let me see if I can remember, because this was a bonus. It was connected to the Six of Wands reversed. Virgo. At least I think it was connected to the Six of Wands in reversal. This was connected to somebody, and I want to say it was Virgo. Either way, I mentioned this earlier. The Three of Wands in the upright does represent, it's like, you know what you want. What are you waiting for? Let's make it happen. You've taken the time to reflect on things. You've taken the time to look out into the horizon, to make the plan. What is it that I want to achieve? What are my goals? What are my dreams? What's my bucket list? You already kind of know what it looks like. Let's make that happen. When I see this in the reversal, especially in the spread that it's in right now, this tells me that we need to look at things in a different perspective with this sort of authentic version of who we are now in order for us to get clear on what that looks like. In order for us to be able to start making these forward movements, in order for us to be able to start allowing ourselves to start to move in that direction towards those things, you have to know what it is. And not only know what it is, but make sure that it's in alignment with who we are and what we actually want, right? Now we have the Seven of Pentacles coming out, which another card of taking a moment, stepping back, and enjoying the fruits of your labor. This is not making any fast movements right now. This is looking at all the things that you've already accomplished, all the seeds that you've planted, all the fruits of the labor. So when we talk about planting seeds, it's that analogy for manifestation. It's the analogy of, I made a plan, I tended to that plan, I executed it, and the plan ended up working out. These are the results of the plan, right? You're at the results of the plan phase, which means that now is a time to enjoy the fruits of your labor, of who you have become, the things that we have experienced, right? Again, we have grown and evolved. We're being asked to kind of go to the drawing board and say, are you expressing yourself on that creative, authentic level? Okay? Looking at things from a different perspective as that person now, and now figuring out what we want moving forward. Because whatever it was that we already have achieved, we've achieved it now. So now it's time for a new step. This is interesting that this Devil card is coming out, because we talked about this at the very beginning of this live, and how this was going to resonate probably with everybody, not just Aquarius, because this came out for Aquarius, okay? This very much feels like we are all in this space of breaking cycles, ending chapters, creating healthy boundaries, and allowing ourselves to say, that was in the past, now I'm ready to move forward. I think for some of you, this creative expression card, when we talk about you are a different person through the experiences that you've had, some of those experiences I feel like were with people that were manipulative, they were maybe gaslighting, they were toxic. That doesn't mean that that's going to, that energy is not going to paint the picture. I hope this makes sense. Let me know how this is resonating for everybody too. I hope this makes sense for you if you're hearing this and it's resonating with you. Allow yourself to break those cycles. Allow yourself to walk away from anything that is stopping you from being in that authenticity, and instead shift our perspective into, what do I want moving forward? Let me take a moment to give myself a round of applause, or my snaps for the things that I've already achieved. Let me enjoy the fruits of my labor of those things. And the bottom of the deck is a Two of Pentacles in reversal, so I'm finding my footing now, right? I'm finding my footing now. I think the big message on this side for all of you, while I shuffle your zodiac of importance, I have an Aquarius and this is resonating a lot. Okay, so I'm glad it's resonating for you, and I'm sure that there's other people that it's resonating for, especially if you're watching the replay. The biggest message on this side that I would be taking away is, because you are a different person than who you were 6 months ago or a year ago, it's really important to tap in and ask yourself, am I expressing myself with who I am now, and not the cycles, not the things that I've become. Hold on, my frequency ended. I need to put a new one on. Not the I don't want to necessarily say the cycles. Hold on. There we go. We'll put on the divine feminine love and beauty. Let me kind of restart here. The biggest message I would take away from this side is tapping in and asking yourself, am I expressing me in an authentic place, or am I resorting back to the cycles of how I always have? I hope that makes sense. You are a different person now, and you have a different perspective on life, right? And that's also why we're getting that hangman. You have a different perspective on life. With that perspective and this new version of who you are, what do you want for your future? How do you want others to perceive you? And what is your overall energy and message that you wish to express to the world? Make sure that you're doing those things, or you're doing things that in turn the solution will be those things. I feel like that's kind of a word salad, but for those of you that resonate with it, I feel like you understand what I'm saying. Let me go ahead and get the little zodiac of importance for this side, and then we're going to move to the other side. Let's go ahead and get the zodiac of importance for this side. What's going on over here? A lot of this is resonating, not gonna lie. Good. I'm glad this is resonating with you. I want to get a zodiac of importance for this side on the creative expression. We have Cancer, Libra, Virgo, and Scorpio. Okay. The next season out of these four would be Cancer season, and that would be mid-June through mid-July, right after Gemini season. You might have this in your chart. Someone that you're dealing with might have this in their chart. But this also feels like this could have been a season in the past. So for example, Scorpio, Virgo, and Libra are all a little bit later on in the year. The ending of 2025 could have been that moment for you where there was that big shift in growth of like who you were versus who you are now. And so maybe from now through Cancer season, there is that sort of like finding your footing now, finding that balance now, finding that sort of like equal, almost kind of like work hard, play hard, if that makes sense, right? Just because like, let me think back to the end of the year. What happened there? You know what I mean? Anyway, I digress. We're going to move over to the other side. The book side. Now, like I mentioned earlier with this book side, this does not necessarily have to be reading books, like hardcover books, right? This is just reading in general. There are probably going to be quite a few of you that are going to watch us either live right now or on the replay, okay? Where you might be reading articles, you might be scrolling on social media, you might be seeing little things here and there. Maybe you are reading an actual book, and there might be something that catches your eye, okay? I've been on my reading kick too. I was like, my goal for this year, I doubled my goal for books this year. However, there might be something that you read that really hooks you in some way, shape, or form. This might help connect you to your life purpose. Sorry, there was a loud motorcycle. This might help connect you to your life purpose, at least in this part of your journey, okay? Because I do feel like our life purpose grows, shifts, and changes just like us, but I'm not going to get into that. That's a topic for a whole other day. We have Strength and Reversal. We have the Page of Swords. I'm going to be honest, I do feel like some of this has to do with just I don't want to say political climate, but I'm going to have to say it because there's no other way for me to say the energy that I'm feeling with this. But I do feel like some of it has to do with that as well. It is so heavy right now. It is very heavy right now. I think everybody is feeling it. I think everybody is trying to just pretend that we're okay. We're trying our best, forgetting the rest. And some of us, I think, are trying to pull from inner strength even harder than others. And when I see the Strength card coming out in reversal, especially when there's like this collective energy of just heaviness, this feels like don't give up yet. If you need a way to escape just for an hour, if you need to escape reality for an hour, maybe read a book. that sounds silly, but maybe read a book. Instead of watching things that are happening unfold in front of everybody's eyes, let's maybe do a little bit of reading. You know what I mean? Some of the best times that I have just like separating myself from reality is diving into a book or diving into an article, or if I'm like, again, transmutation has been like so big for me all day. And I think I may even take this transmutation theme into the next week or two, of just like when we're feeling that energy of strength being low due to something. Let's say this has to do with like a job. Maybe we're doing more research on other jobs that are available. Let's say we feel like our strength is being drained from some of the things that we're seeing in the news. Maybe doing some reading and research on like how you can help in other ways. What change do you want to see, and what can you do to make that happen? Reading is going to be like, education is power, knowledge is power. Like we've talked about this before, and I think that that's also like a very common knowledge, sort of like knowledge is power. And using your knowledge in many different areas of your life right now. It's not just one area, but you know what I mean? Knowledge is power. So take your time. If you're finding yourself in a place, and it's interesting that we're seeing this Page of Swords come out too, because this is about curiosity when it comes to communications as well as logics. The Swords suit is all about logics. It's all about analytics. It's about what we know and how we use it. I feel like that is super, super powerful right now. Using your time instead of frustration or anger or anxiety or depression. And again, this could be from anything in your life, whether it's something personal within your own home or as big as the world, okay? Taking that and transmuting it into fuel of determination to expand your knowledge, to expand your power, okay? I don't even want to shuffle another card on this because it just feels like that's the message. But I'm going to go ahead and get one or two more cards over here, and then we'll do Zodiac of Importance. It feels like that's the message. I almost want to clip that and share that as like a little short, because it just feels that that's something that I think all of us on a huge collective level could really benefit from. You know what I mean? Four of Pentacles, bottom of the deck, Five of Pentacles. Interesting how the bottom of the deck is that card of really going through the shit. And I think collectively we are. I think for the majority of us, this does feel like it's a never-ending hike up a mountain, a very large mountain. I've talked about this before. I've only talked about this one other time here on YouTube, but that Five of Pentacles very much feels like we are climbing that mountain. From the bottom to the top is always the hardest, and when we get to the tippy top, it does start to get a little bit easier. When we come down the other side, we have that momentum, so it just feels easier when we're coming down the other side of trekking up this mountain. And I do feel like part of that is also knowledge, right? We gain the experience, we gain the tools, we gain the knowledge from that trek up. This being on the bottom of the deck says that, like, yeah, I think 2026, when we look at astrology, some of the big planetary movements that started almost 2 years ago at this point, and that are still happening now, like all of our outer planets are shifting into new signs. These only happen every 20 years, every 15 years, exactly. And Zoe, it's like, so, you read my mind sometimes. They happen every 20 years, every 15 years, every 10 years. These are bigger generational energies when these planets are shifting. It's not like Venus that's going into a new sign every couple of months, right? With that being said, so much of these big movements and shifts, I think that has to do with this Five of Pentacles being on the bottom of the deck. I think a lot of our energy coming up through the root chakra, where a lot of us are putting roots in, it's like that ground is also shaking. It's also being tore up. There's new foundations that are being laid, and it's not easy. Like, that feels rough. That feels like, man, I don't want to do this. Like, how can I tap out? I don't want to be part of it. Well, one, maybe we can escape reality through books. So reading a little book once in a while kind of helps you forget everything else that's going on in the world. But then again, too, through reading and through knowledge, we also gain power. And it does allow us to be able to surrender to the ebb and flow. I think something that's super powerful in our life is learning how to surrender. Sometimes you'll see people get frustrated and be like, you can't just surrender. We're not saying give up. I'm not with surrender. That's not saying I'm just going to lay down and give up. I'm saying let's surrender to the fight against the stream, and how can we work with it instead? I want to know, how does this ebb and flow work in my favor? How can I use my knowledge and the power that I have and actually alchemize it into real life tangible power? This feels very much liberating on this side. I'm just going to throw that out there. It's wild, been thinking about that a lot too. Been wanting to also read some banned books. Yes, so it's funny because that's what I was feeling, and I have to be careful with how I say certain things, because I try my best to keep like all of my beliefs on, we have that short list of things that we don't necessarily talk about, in order to like not keep peace, but be able to, I want to give space for everybody. Change is definitely going to come. I want to give space for everybody to be able to grow consciously on their own. Does that make sense? I don't want people to think that I'm trying to force you or other people to have the same view as me. I can empower you to nurture and water your own roots, to evolve and grow into a human that can see it on your own. I hope that makes sense, right? Change is going to come. Change is going to come. And me being a spiritual worker, me being a reader, me being somebody that works with ancestry very closely, I know what side I'm on. I think that's why I'll say knowledge is power, right? You can grow and evolve. Everybody can change. If you find yourself questioning and doubting things, educate yourself through reading books, right? Allowing yourself to express who you are on an authentic level. Allow yourself to know that all these things that we're seeing in the world, some of it has been seen before it even happens due to history repeating itself. Some people don't want to put astrology into history, and that's fine. Over here I do a little bit. We see these outer planets. The last time they were in some of these signs, we can look at history and see how it has repeated itself, going back all those different years, right? And during those movements and during those transitions, you will see in moments of history that there's correlation, right? So with that being said, knowledge is power right now. Knowledge is power right now. Zoe, Aquarius, Capricorn, Aries, and Cancer. Look at that. Look at that. Aloha, welcome in. If you're just joining, we're getting ready to start our love messages here in just a minute. We're getting ready to start our love messages in just a minute, so hang out, all right? Yes, I know. I'm sorry, these general messages went a little bit long, but I feel like this one is very liberating. Very liberating. These are things that are happening right now, okay? And, yeah. I'm not gonna go too far into the rabbit hole of the importance of Aries showing up with Neptune going in Aries. Because I'm actually working on a video. I started talking about it last night, and I think a lot of you were interested in seeing me do like a little weekly astrology recap, or like what's kind of going on. And that's going to be one of them. I want to talk about that because there's a lot of people talking about it. I'm not into the whole fear-mongering thing. Like, I'm not a huge fan of that. Yeah, Zoe, it's like, I'm not a huge fan of fear-mongering. I'm not going to sit here and talk about blah, 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 and this and blah, blah. I'm just going to give, like, the facts about what's going on. I'll give you my personal opinion on it, and you can do with that what you will. But it's interesting that Aries came out for that. Anyway, I digress. We're going to get into our love messages now. We're going to get into our love messages now. Good vibes. Good vibes. Everybody, how's everybody feeling? Let me know in the comments. How is everybody feeling? Tell me, let me know what's going on as we get ready to go into our love messages. Okay. Let's get into it. Let's get into it, y'all. I'm excited for some love messages. Shifting the energy, shifting the vibe a little bit, which I think is hard because there's just so much going on. Wait. Did you remove your messages, or was that like an Autobot thing? So, I'm still learning how this works, you guys. I'm still learning how the YouTube Live works. We'll see how it goes. Okay, good. All right, here we go. We're gonna do some love messages here. You're fine, Zoe. You're fine. Why is this not live? There we go. I have everything over on my laptop as well, so I can make sure that we're all good. Okay, love messages. We're getting into some love messages. These messages do not have to be about romantic love. They could be about any emotional connections or relationships in our life. Okay? That includes your relationship to yourself. That includes relationships to friends, to family, to coworkers, to neighbors. Also could be romantic relationships. We're going to do the same format that we just did. I'm going to shuffle these love oracles. I'm going to get 2 of them for the collective. One of them might be over on this side. The other one's going to be on this side. You might resonate with the one that's on this side. You might resonate with the one that's on this side. You might resonate with both of them. That happens a lot. You might not resonate with either one of them, and that is okay. If you don't resonate with either one of them, go back and watch yesterday's live. Okay, maybe there was some messages there that you needed to hear for this week, or make sure you're subscribed because I will be live again tomorrow, and maybe you just are here to give some good vibes, okay? Once we get both sides, Jessica's like, I need to know when is my Prince Charming billionaire coming, because you deserve more than a millionaire, girl. Once we get both sides picked, we're going to clarify both sides with some decks. We're going to use these 2 decks, okay? We're going to use these 2 decks. Also, if you would like to get a personal reading with me, if you want to get a flash reading with me, all of that is available at themagicsiren.com. I will also be sending out the Teroscope Tuesday email this evening, so make sure your email is on my free email list. Every Tuesday I send out a really fun email. I'm also over on Patreon. Patreon has been a lot of fun lately. Tomorrow, early in the day, I don't know if it's going to be in the morning or the afternoon, I will be going live for midweek personal readings over on Patreon. If you miss the live, that's okay. You can send me a message. I have multiple different tiers. I have all kinds of stuff to watch over there. We have over 100 videos in the library. Get over on our Patreon. It's a whole lot of fun. The base tier, our Siren Ohana tier, gives you the opportunity to get 4 personal readings every month. Every Sunday you can send me a DM. I pull 3 cards just for you for that week. I send you your little message. It's a whole lot of fun. All the other tiers, there's other things going on. We also go live every new moon and every full moon for personal readings over on Patreon. So just go check out the Patreon. It's a lot of fun. The link is also over on my channel, okay? Or you could just go to the patreon.com/themagicsiren. Here we go. I had to plug myself because this video is sponsored by me, the Magic Siren. All right, here we go. Let's get into our love messages for the collective. When are we doing candles? We'll probably do our next candle. We did the 111 portal candles for the portal workshop, so that's why you didn't see candles. We will probably be doing our next candle on the 2-2 portal. We'll see though, okay? More than likely it'll be some sort of intuitive, like intuition activation candles with a little bit of manifestation or something like that. I gotta figure that out. I haven't looked that far ahead. But yeah, we did the Portals Workshop. For those of you that missed out on the Portals Workshop, I will be running another Portals Workshop, and I'll probably be doing it for the Lionsgate portal, though. So it won't be until later in the year. The next workshop we are doing will be starting on the 222 portal, and that's going to be a intuition workshop. It's going to be a 7-day thing. You get to work at your own pace. It's a little bit different than how I've done the last 2. workshops, but it's going to be a lot of fun. And part of that is going to be you get a one-on-one sort of like spiritual mentorship session with me. I get to work with you one-on-one live. And figure out what's going on with your intuition. How can we activate it? How can we unblock it? How can we strengthen it? So it's going to be completely personalized to you. But let's go ahead and get into this, and we'll talk more about that later. Love messages for the collective. Did I do? Doesn't even matter. Let's get into it. We are looking for messages in love. Messages in love for the collective. Ooh, Zoe, this comes out every time. Every time that like you and I are on a wavelength, this comes out because it's that card of romanticizing your day-to-day life, playing into the whimsy, literally knowing that like the moment you romanticize your life and you flirt with the universe and you're flirting with yourself and you're doing your hair and you're wearing the outfits and you're just putting yourself out there, it just pays off. This is the card of flirt, okay? Extend your lighthearted energy to the universe, to others, just being flirtatious in your life. This card inspired my new venture of posting every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday the music over here. This card inspired it because I was very much feeling the Aphrodite energy. I was feeling the whole Venus vibe, the siren season, just romanticizing my life. And so I was like, let me go ahead and do some Aphrodite music. That's what's playing in the background right now. So if you also are feeling this flirt energy and just knowing that you want to romanticize your life a little bit more, living in a real life fairy tale all the time, you know, sometimes Delulu can be the Salulu, okay? Yes, it's a very card, it's very whimsical, playing into the whimsy. So if y'all want that vibe, go and check out the videos that I've been posting in the ambient music playlist over on my channel, because it will help you get there. I promise. They will help you get there. All right, let's go over to the other side, and then we'll clarify this in a minute. So we're coming to the other side of the collective in love. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner that you seek. I think for some of you there is gotta have the extra whimsy. I know. This is that energy of like you're calling in the one, or you already know the one. So I'm gonna have to clarify that for everybody, okay? I'm gonna have to clarify that for everybody. Let's go ahead and start with the flirt side first, though, okay? We're gonna start with the flirt side first. I like that this could be the one card because it really is that energy of like, if you already have somebody in your life, like they very well could be the one that you have been seeking, right? Like, stop second guessing it. But also too, when this card comes out, it really feels like that vibe of I'm trying to call in like my forever person and they're coming. And it's that little like wink from the universe, that flirtatious energy of like, you wanted it, it's coming. Believe it's happening, play into your whimsy, romanticize your day-to-day life, you know, really become that vibe, and it's there. It's gonna meet you there, and I love that. I love that. It's getting juicy. It is getting juicy. I love it. Okay, here we go. Let's go ahead and clarify the flirtation side, the flirt side. Allowing yourself to play into the whimsy, romanticizing our day-to-day life, maybe doing some glamour magic. And when we talk about glamour magic, it doesn't have to just be about like how we're looking on the outside. It's also that energy of, again, tapping into the law of attraction. We keep talking about like romanticizing and being in that sort of fairy tale all the time, but think about attraction. It's not just a physical look. It's a vibe. It's the energy. It's turning it on and using it to your best benefit. It's interesting because I've been talking about transmutation all day today, and I'm even seeing and hearing in my head of like when the vibe is romanticized all around, you're literally transmuting the energy around you into romance, love, fulfillment. Love does not just come from romantic relationships. You know what I mean? Love comes from everything. There's so many things in our life that fulfill our cups of love. Anyway, let's continue. Let's continue on. We have the Two of Wands. We do have the Five of Cups. So I think for some of you that, you know, and maybe some of you already scrolled away, and I hope that this message comes back to you. I think for some of you there was, you know, an energy of like a relationship ending. And you're almost kind of like, Alysia, how am I supposed to romanticize my day-to-day life when the person that I want is not here? How do I romanticize my day-to-day life, or how do I believe in this, attractive energy when, I put all of my energy and time and intention into this relationship, and it's not there anymore. I want you to know that just because those cups have spilled, it doesn't mean that we don't still have cups of our own that we can be fulfilling to call in the love that we do want. Because when we talk about love that we want, okay, it's not a person that we want, it's qualities within that love. It's the things that we know that we need in order to feel happiness, fulfillment, success in a relationship. When we talk about romantic relationships and saying that, like, I want this specific person in my life, you might be doing more harm to your own emotional fulfillment by doing that. Getting focused in on one person like that could be detrimental. Instead, let's shift the way that we look at this and say, when I am attracting a partner into my life, I need that person to be loyal. I need that person to be balanced. I need that person to be funny. I need that person to understand that life is what you make it. Whatever these qualities are. Maybe it is taking that time to romanticize our day-to-day life, to remember what makes us happy. When you think about, and we have the Two of Wands here as well, so this is going to go with the Two of Wands. When you take the Two of Wands and you're looking out into your horizon, right, it's asking yourself, like, if I could wake up tomorrow and be extremely happy and fulfilled in terms of love, what does that look like? Not who is it with, but what does it look like? What feelings do I have? Where in my life am I being nurtured? And where am I pouring out? Like, how am I nurturing that person? What does a successful relationship even mean to me or to you, right? I think those are some of the questions and sort of things that we're being asked to visualize through that Two of Wands, right? And that's where that Five of Cups comes into play as well. We also have the Page of Pentacles and then the Two of Pentacles in reversal. I think also too, figuring out what does balance in terms of love mean to you, right? What does balance in terms of love mean to you? Now you got me in my feels, girl. And I'm sorry that I sometimes whenever we talk about this and the emotions come up, it's just because it really resonates with everybody. You know what I mean? I feel like this type of vibe and this type of reading, like I may even have to for, I'm doing fantastic. Hopefully you're here for some tarot messages. When we talk about, calling in the energy for emotional fulfillment and love and that sort of back and forth compassion, we have to make sure that we're not doing it for a specific, right? That we're not doing it for a specific person, but for the qualities, for the end goals, for the bigger picture. You know what I mean? And the nice thing here is that the Page of Pentacles is showing, which means that there are these new opportunities of seeds to plant, right? Then why are you here? Like, why are you here? I don't know if you could block people now, but I just hid them from this channel. I don't know if you can block people on YouTube. But it's like, if you hate tarot cards, why are you here? Like, their first message was already so off that I was like, I could tell you're just gonna be annoying. Like, just scroll on, Like, I'm over here living my life as a fantasy fairy tale all the time. Specifically when we're talking about these cards. Take your dusty, crusty vibes somewhere else, Just, why are you here? Anyway, these new opportunities for seeds to be planted are showing in your life. While we are using that energy of the law of attraction, the law of assumption, that energy of being that sort of romantic vibe all the time, right? It is attracting the one that you're looking for. It is attracting. Yeah, right. It is attracting that ultimate goal, okay? For those of you that have been stressed out a little bit with what we talked about, that Five of Cups, how am I supposed to do that when the person that I want or the thing that I need or whatever is not in my life anymore? I want you to take a second, maybe over the next week or two, and try and recharge your own batteries a little bit. Try and shift your focus on every time you think about that person, or every time you have an anxiety about love, or any time you get frustrated that the person or the love you're trying to call in isn't here. Anytime you forget that you are the main character of the whimsy, okay? Every time you find yourself not romanticizing your day-to-day life, I want you to stop, take a moment, and breathe. Remember that doing this stuff is going to recharge your batteries. Remember that being in that flirtatious energy is going to give you that breath of fresh air that you need. By taking a moment and looking out to your horizon and asking what those qualities are, you need that right now. The Four of Swords represents taking a moment, not overthinking things, and allowing your brain to shut down for a minute and recharge. You're going to recharge in terms of love, okay, through self-love. I hope that resonates. Girl, you know. As you grow on social medias and on platforms, you always attract the dusties and the crusties. And I have no time for that. Aloha, welcome in if you're just joining. This is a zodiac of importance on this side, and then we're going to move over to the other side of our love collective. If you are looking for a personal reading, you can absolutely do so over at themagicsiren.com. We have Virgo, Taurus, Pisces, and Aries. Okay. Pisces season starts in about 3 weeks or so. Okay. Pisces season is mid-February through mid-March, and then right after is Aries season, mid-March through mid-April, and then Taurus season is right after mid-April through mid-May. So this is all energy that's happening from now until essentially when spring is getting ready to end. All right, be the fairy vibes, be the fairy tale, be the siren, step into the fae. I know that this all sounds so silly, and some of you are probably rolling your eyes into the back of your head like, girl, come on. How can you be delusional in a time like this? I'm just saying that when it comes to emotional fulfillment, sometimes we do have to remember to romanticize our day-to-day life. We are the co-creators. We cannot control what happens externally to us, but we can control how we respond to it. We can control how we move forward from it. We can control how we allow things to affect our day-to-day life. And this is telling you to romanticize your day-to-day life. Have fun. Yes, there's a lot of things going on externally. Yes, there might be some grief. There might be some loss. There might be heartbreak. There's so many things that are happening in all of our lives on a personal level, on a local level, on a global level, okay? Recognize them. I'm not telling you not to recognize them, but recognize them, allow yourself to process it, and then we're going to recharge our batteries through self-love, through romanticizing our day-to-day life, remembering that the law of attraction is real. If we sit in this lower vibration due to the energies of loss and grief and heartbreak and frustration and anger, we will continue to live and vibrate in it. Again, we cannot control what's happening externally, but we can control what's happening internally, and that's really important, all right? Moving on to the other side. This could be the one. We're calling in that romantic energy or the love that we're looking for. For some of you, though, you already know this person. For some of you, you already know this person. Maybe they're already in your life. It's that, don't second guess it. Okay, let's go ahead and see what we got. Let's go ahead and see what we got here. I love the snaps. For those of you that have been watching pretty much this whole time, thank you so much for keeping this on. Okay. Who you been talking to? Right? Who you been talking to? Are these good karmas that are finally being delivered with justice? Is justice finally coming in and delivering the karmas? I digress. Really quick, I do want to thank everybody that has been watching. If every time you watch this live, every time you watch something on my channel, anytime you just put me on in the background and walk away, it truly helps this channel, okay? It truly, truly helps this channel. I am transparent, and for those of you that are new, you're going to learn this about me very quickly. But for those of you that are older and have been part of the community for a while, first of all, you already know this about me, and second of all, you're going to be really happy to hear this. I'm very transparent. And when it comes to trying to give as much free content as possible, I want to be able to give as much free content as possible. This is my full-time job doing these sort of things. So right now, with me leaving TikTok, consciously I decided that I was no longer going to rely on TikTok to make money. And I'm going to be honest, me booking readings, I only really book readings when I'm on TikTok Live. I'm just being honest. But I decided that I was going to take this moment and say, okay, I'm going to focus in on a different way. I'm going to do all these free lives. I'm going to give as many free readings as possible. I'm going to post free meditation music. I'm going to post free zodiac readings for the week and for the month. I'm going to do all these free things in hopes that enough people watch, okay, for me to get these watch hours to get monetized here on YouTube. So what happened was I finally hit 1,000 subscribers here, which means that I have enough subscribers to be monetized. However, I need to have 4,000 watch hours. I'm at 300. Okay, we're at 300. Beginning or near the end of the live, we're getting close to the end. This is the last of it. But it's okay because I'm going to be posting this so you can rewatch it. Okay? And actually, you might be able to rewind it. I actually don't know. Can you guys rewind lives depending on when you come in? I don't know. I'll have to edit that to let people rewind it as well. But you'll be able to rewatch it because I'm posting the replays on here. And that helps me, okay? So 4,000 watch hours is a lot. And it feels daunting. But I'm like, even if we just have 2 or 3 core people that watch the lives, that put my little music on in the background, we can get there. And then when I'm fully monetized on YouTube, I can give even more free readings. So I'm trying my best to give as much free stuff as possible. I'm going to be posting videos every day here on YouTube. I'm going to start doing all kinds of fun stuff. And I already have been. I'm going to continue. But for those of you that would like to maybe continue to help support the channel and support just the Magic Siren as a whole, I'm really trying to lean in more into our Patreon. So if you're not on Patreon, or maybe you were on Patreon at one point and you decided to leave, it's a really good time to come back because I am posting every day over there now. There's a lot of new features and a lot of new benefits to each tier over there. So anyway, I digress. I just want to say thank you for watching and thank you for being here. It really does mean so much from a smaller creator here on YouTube. So thank you. And let's get into it. So we have that this could be the one energy. So we are calling in, that sort of good karma in terms of love. And I love that justice is the first card that's coming out on this side because justice does represent karmas being delivered, okay? Karmas are being delivered in one way, shape, or form. Do you want to be on the good side of karma or do you want to be on the not so good side of karma? That's going to be part of this flirtatious energy that we talked about. Do we want to make sure that we are sitting and stewing in some sort of positive energy or negative energy? It doesn't mean that we are ignoring the negativity. It just means that we see it, we recognize it, we process it quickly, and we allow ourselves to get back into that sort of positive mindset. The good karmas are being delivered to those of you that are truly attracting it into your life. Now, bad karmas will be delivered as well, or negative energy will continue to be delivered. So let's stay conscious of that, okay? We have that Ace of Swords energy, which is all about new opportunities of connection, communications, analytics and logics, all right? We have the Nine of Cups coming out in reversal. Let's go ahead and get one more, and then we'll talk a little bit deeper on it. But I do like that Justice is that first card there. It's like we are calling in balanced connections, balanced relationships, and we have, that sort of the love that we've been calling in, whether it's romantic, whether it's trying to call in a new community, new friends, maybe we've been just trying to call in some sort of emotional fulfillment in life as a whole. It's here, it's coming, it's going to meet you. Allow yourself to be in that sort of romanticizing our day-to-day life, playing into the whimsy, and it is going to come in, right? That's what justice says. Justice will prevail here. For those of you that have had your heart broken in the past, know that justice is going to prevail for you here. Maybe you were heartbroken in the past, you were done wrong, you were cheated on, you were lied to, somebody did you dirty. Just know that those karmas are being delivered now, to them and to you. You're finally getting something that's coming into your life that's loyal to you. You're finally getting something that's coming into your life that's pouring into your cups. For those of you that already have some of this happening in your life, don't second guess it. Don't second guess it. Use this opportunity to cut away anything that's no longer serving, okay? Ace of Swords is wonderful. Any of the aces is the universe just coming out and handing you this sword and saying, use this sword. Use your communication skills. Use your dreamer logic, okay? I think a lot of dreams are coming true right now as well. It's like if you have a dream for something, let's put it out there. Let's plant those seeds of those dreams. I think both of these readings very much intertwine with each other with that Page of Pentacles as well. It's like let your dreams become your reality. Let the big goals that you have, let them grow. Plant those seeds. Do that work. Use that power. For some of you, maybe you don't necessarily know what that is. And again, this is doubling down on those bigger picture questions. The Nine of Cups in the upright for me does feel like bigger picture thinking. Now, some of you automatically attach the Nine of Cups to wish fulfillment because you hear it so much from so many readers. But I said wishes are kind of coming true right now. And so it's interesting that we're seeing this Nine of Cups come out. Don't block your wishes. Don't block your dreams from coming true because maybe we're sitting, Five of Cups coming out again. Maybe because we're still sitting in that energy of what went wrong. You know what I mean? You don't block your blessings in terms of emotions, okay? Don't block your dreams from coming true, your wishes from being granted by continuing to sit in the energy of what went wrong or what we don't have anymore, or the frustration and the anger of what's happening externally. Like I mentioned before, we do not have the power to change what's happening externally to us, but we do have the power to change or use what's internally, right? The energy that you are going to hold internally is going to be the energy that you are going to transmute for power. Are you going to use positive energy for power, or are we going to continue to use negative energy for power? It's going to be ultimately up to you. Death in the reversal on the bottom of the deck. This is part of your profound transformation in life. This is part of your deep transformation in life, okay? It makes sense that we're seeing the Death card. I think the Death card also came out yesterday because I remember talking about this yesterday. If you guys missed yesterday's live free tarot hour, go watch that. Because a lot of these messages, they happen over time as well. Like some of them you're going to be like, this is happening for me right now. But other ones, it's like, that's why we shuffle those zodiac cards, because these might be things that are unfolding over time. The Death card coming out right now, and its reversal is okay, because yeah, there's still some time to overcome these challenges and obstacles. I think the challenge and obstacle, in order for us to rise like the Phoenix right now, have to do with that double Five of Cups, not allowing ourselves to sit in the energy of what was lost, or the grief, or things that maybe just didn't work the way we wanted them to. But that Phoenix moment, which the Death card in this deck is the Phoenix. Look how beautiful. With that being said, the Death card coming out right now makes sense. When we talk about the new year, yeah, we talk about a new a new year going into like the numbers 2026. Okay, cool. But it's not necessarily the new year when it comes to like Gaia, Mother Earth, astrology, right? That new year is going to be the spring equinox. It's going to be the first day of Aries season, okay? So it makes sense. We're still in the winter season. The winter season, when we look at things, okay, when we're looking at like the wheel of our seasons and then like the year in terms of like nature, okay? Spring starts when things germinate. So all the plants are germinating, new life is happening, things are starting to grow. Summer is when we get the abundance of growth. We get to see how everything grew from spring to summer. We get to enjoy the flowers. We get to enjoy the fruits. We get to enjoy all of those things that come from the new life, okay? Fall comes is when the harvest happens. So this is when full harvest and abundance comes into play. After we have the harvest, that's when things will start to die out again, right? It's winter. Winter, everything goes dormant, okay? When dormancy happens, that's when the transformation comes into play. We get to transform everything that we harvested from this previous grow season. It's when everything kind of goes in, we die out, we shed all the old, we start to prepare the seeds that will be planted for the spring. So it makes sense why we see the death card right now, because we're still in winter season. There's still transformation that's happening. I can almost guarantee that we're going to see Aries come out right now. But I don't want to jinx myself, but it feels like Aries. I can almost guarantee you Capricorn, Scorpio, Virgo, and Sagittarius. So Aries is going to come out, but that's okay. I can almost guarantee you that the spring equinox, when Aries season comes, all of you will be rising like the phoenix in some way, shape, or form. Okay? Believe it. Capricorn, Scorpio, Virgo, Sagittarius. You might have this in your chart. Somebody you're dealing with might have this in their chart. Okay? These are also seasons of importance. I'm just throwing that out there. All right? Okay. That is the end of our tarot messages for free tarot hour today. We've been live for a while. Almost 2 hours. I do this every time. Before I completely end our messages, let's go ahead and do an affirmation for the day. Use it for the day, use it for the week, use it for the month, use it for the year, whatever feels good for you. I will be live again tomorrow for another free tarot hour. I will be sending out, look at this, I am strong. Say it, believe it, use it, screenshot it. It's so fun. I love it. I love it. It's a different vibe than TikTok. It feels a little bit more intimate over here. I like that. I can't wait to see how it evolves. I can't wait to see how things evolve here on YouTube, especially with the lives. I do have a new TikTok account, and I can go live on that new TikTok account. I might do some little surprise lives here and there, but this is where we will be going live every day. I like it here better. It just works. I get to repost the replay. The one thing that I'm still trying to work on here is I don't know how the notifications work. I don't know if people get notified when I go live on your phone. What do I do for that? I don't know. If you are subscribed here on the channel, make sure that the little bell is toggled on. I don't even know. Okay, so if you're watching me on a computer, there is a little bell notification thing underneath the video. Make sure that it's turned on. If you're watching me on the phone, I don't know, because I don't have another phone to watch me on. So tomorrow I will grab Kenny's phone while I'm live, and I'll see what it looks like, so I can at least tell you guys how to turn notifications on. I was going to ask Kenny to do it right now, but it's fine. So I saw that you just booked your flash reading for tonight. I will be sending that to you within an hour or two. Give me a few minutes to finish the Taroscope Tuesday email, and then I'll get that out to you. Okay. You got a notification. Okay, so for those of you that have your notifications on, you'll get notified that I'm live here. A couple of little small announcements. One, Taroscope Tuesday email will be sent tonight. If you are not on my email list, it is a wonderful time to sign up right now, because you will get this week's email. Okay. 2, flash readings are open. I opened up my schedule for flash readings way more extended now. So if you want to get a flash reading, it is the most affordable personal reading option that I have. It's $22. It's a 3-card spread. It's video recorded. It's anywhere between 8 to 10 minutes. When I send you the email with that in it, okay, the video is downloadable so you can keep it forever. All right. You do have the option to ask a specific question if you want. When you book it, just put it in the note. All right. In that reading, you also will get a personal affirmation. The affirmation deck I just did, I shuffle an affirmation just with your energy and what you can use for the next week. In that email, I also send out a guide. All right. A downloadable guide for the week. Last week, everybody loved the flash version of the Year of the Horse guide. I will be sending that out for this week as well. There is a full version. It's a 20-page guide for the Year of the Horse. It is available on my website. It's like $11, okay? It's a 20-page guide. It's got all the tips, tricks, rituals, history, and information about the Year of the Horse. Let this year be a prosperous one, all right? Outside of that, you can do all the other readings. I have, let me put it in the chat, okay? There is a new promo code for the month of February, and it is LOVE15 for 15% off all personal readings and live sessions, okay? It does not include flash readings, but it includes all the other readings. Other than that, I'm on Patreon. We're doing everything. We're doing all the stuff. I will be posting the Wednesday. Her birth chart readings are amazing. Zoe, thank you. Did your dad get his reading? I sent it the other night. Which actually, I need to send you something in your email about that, because I sent it so late. It's so late. But it's because I was so sick for the first 3 weeks of this year. So I want to give you like a little special something, just because they had to wait for so long. We'll talk about it in your email. Other than that, I have some special announcements that will be announced in the Taroscope Tuesday email, so just keep your eye out for that, all right? Anyone have any questions about anything? I need to do a birth chart reading eventually, yes. Oh, Amanda, I got 2 kitties now. We went from having just Tanya to a rescue. There was a little rescue. We got her. She was only 3 weeks old. She had so many problems. She almost didn't make it, like 3 nights in a row. It was really bad. But she did make it, and now she's super cute, and she's growing, and she's like 4 months now. So now we have 2 cats. We have Tanya and Nina. Yes, we rescued a second, and she's absolutely adorable. I'll have to post some pictures, or the next time they're around when I'm live, I'll show you guys. But that's pretty much it. I don't know. Does anybody have anything that they want to talk about before I get off? I know. Nina already had her name. When we went to go take Tanya to get fixed, which we're going to have to get Nina fixed soon. When we went to take Tanya to get fixed, there was a little like alien cat walking around. She looked horrible, you guys. She looked so bad. She was so bloated with worms. Literally, like even the vet told us, like, I don't know if this is gonna work. Like, are you guys sure you want to take her? Because there's a chance that she's not gonna. We gave her the medicine. The deworming medicine that day at the vet. We brought her home, gave her the second dose the next day. When I tell you, you guys, she was like choking. And Kenny didn't know what was going on, so I ran upstairs because we had her in her own little room. And I ran upstairs, and I bring her up to my face, and I see something like coming out of her nose. And I immediately recognize like it's a tapeworm or like a roundworm, and I grab a tissue. I just went into full like action. I grab a tissue and I just pulled it out, and it was the size of her. I'm not kidding. It was like 6 inches long. It was the size of her. Came right out of her nose. I was just like, it was traumatic. I'm sorry, that was gross. I should have gave a trigger warning. It was so bad. But she's a champ. She made it through. It was so crazy. I was looking it up, and it's like, you know, when you got worms coming out of their nose, they're infested. You know what I mean? So we did a whole other second round of medicine, and she's great now. Absolutely great. Running around, doing crazy stuff. Absolute psycho. Love her. She's the sweetest little thing. She cuddles. She's wonderful. She's completely 100%. She's healthy. Tanya's also healthy, so I'm just going to throw that out there. Tanya's absolutely loving life, living her best life. So sweet. Everybody's good. Everybody's good here. And, you know, that's kind of why we are where we are, I guess. What is this little XP thing? I don't know. I'm still learning how all of this works on YouTube Live, and so that's great. It's funny how they bounce back. They do bounce back. Yes, so when we first got Nina, Tanya was standoffish. Definitely absolute psycho. She takes after me. It's so funny. At first, Tanya was not having it. And so Kenny and I at first were like, okay, we're just going to foster her. And, you know, because Tanya was here first. If Tanya and her do not get along, then we're just going to foster the baby and we'll find somebody to adopt her. And as time went on, they love each other now. They don't necessarily cuddle because Tanya's not a cuddle cat. But Tanya tries to groom her. It's interesting because at first Tanya used to kind of beat up the baby, not bad, right? Like it was more on the lines of the baby would try and come up to cuddle up to Tanya, and Tanya would be like, "No, I want nothing to do with you," and she would swat her away. Now the tides have turned because Tanya wants to go and groom Nina. And Nina will be laying there sleeping, and Tanya comes up all sweet and starts licking her. And then Nina will like it at first, but then she wakes up and realizes who it is, and she's like, "Oh, playtime!" And she just comes and bites. She'll bite Tanya in the neck, and she bats at her. It's hilarious. And I literally have to look at Tanya and I'll be like, "You set the tone. Like you set that tone. I can't do anything about that." It's play fighting, obviously. Like, we would never let our cats beat each other up. It's play fighting. But it's just so funny because I'm like, oh, now you want to be sweet. Like, now you want to be sweet. Anyway. I digress. That's enough. I guess that's enough cat talk. Even though we have so many people watching right now that I'm like, I just appreciate you all being here. I will be posting this replay, so if you guys are just joining and you wanted to get all of your free tarot messages, the collectives, get the little YouTube exclusive. I pulled the cards for the Taroscope Tuesday. You guys can go back and rewatch it. I'm literally posting it immediately after I get off the live. So that's cool. And that's pretty much it. Let me know anytime you guys have questions, because there's not a DM feature here. This is my email address, themagicsiren@gmail.com. Okay. If you ever have questions, if you ever have ideas, if there's content you want to see, let me know at that email address. I will be posting tomorrow the spiritual baddies sound video, I guess. I don't know what to call them. The meditation music, the ritual music. I don't know what to call it. Either way, I will be posting that tomorrow, so keep your eye out. Yesterday, I posted the Soft Life girly for all the Soft Life friends here in the group. It's such a nice vibe to fall asleep to. So if you need something to fall asleep to tonight, go ahead and put that on. I will be posting the forecast for February for each zodiac sign. I don't know if I'm just going to do a dump of all 12 of them on Thursday. Actually, let me ask you guys. I can even maybe do a poll. No, I'm just going to ask you. You can let me know in the comments real quick. If I post all 12 zodiac signs on the same day, is that too much? Should I separate it into 2 separate days, like do 6 signs and then 6 signs? Or should I even break it down even more? 4 days for each element. So like 3, 3, 3, 3. What do you guys think? Do I do a big dump of all 12 videos on one day? Or do I break it down? I have to get into a routine every week for the weekly forecast for each zodiac sign. And I think I will do like spread across 4 days. I don't know. I just don't know. Because I want to give everybody the same amount of time to be able to watch them. So let me know your thoughts on that. If you're watching the replay, let me know in the comments your thoughts on it. It's a tough one. It is. Boyfriend says break it down. Okay. I love that. Everybody in the fam is hearing the video, the live today. I don't think so. I just dump it. Maybe broken up from a couple days or 4 days, maybe elements. I was thinking the element thing too. I was thinking about maybe just doing, I don't know. Does anyone have a crush on you? Maybe. Actually, you know what? Look, I usually don't do this. I'm gonna be honest. You want love? You want somebody to have a crush on you? It's gonna come within. It's gotta come within first. Why don't you believe that you're the Empress? Like, when's the last time you did the self-love, self-care? When's the last time you did a little bit of like, I'm Aphrodite and I know that I am? You were not here for the collective, Can you please go back and rewatch the replay? Go watch the replay. Play into the whimsy. Play into the whimsy. Romanticize your day-to-day life. You will attract a crush. You will attract it if you're vibrating in that love. If you're vibrating in that. For some reason, it's just like Empress in reversal. Don't second guess yourself. You should have a crush. Vibrate it out into the world. It'll come. It'll come. Go rewatch the replay. I'm getting ready to post it, actually. Okay. I appreciate all of you. It's that positive. I'm telling you, Zoe, it's like, be the siren. Be the fae. All right? Okay, anyway. Mary, go watch the replay. All right, go watch the replay. You'll probably gain your answer from the collectives. If you want to get a personal reading, head over to themagicsiren.com. All right, you can ask specific questions. Otherwise, I will be back on again tomorrow for a free tarot hour. I'm going to go ahead and end this live now. I appreciate all of you so much. Keep your eye out for all the fun things. Head over to Patreon. We will be doing our mini check-ins tomorrow, midweek check-ins. We'll be live, and that's that. Okay? All right. I appreciate all of you so much. I'm sending all the aloha, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.